Joke Dealers Inc. Hot 5, comedian Key Lewis.
I'm not doing all that. He got piercing
Right.
through his eyebrows, face tattoo. Nothing like there's nothing wrong with that, but I needed to be there.
Right.
And I stepped out and I watched the business change. Now, this is a question I want to ask you. Where we are now, how do you feel about the viral and the balance of having viral videos and doing all this internet stuff? Well, how do you feel about it? Is it a needed beast? Do you need to do it, or you feel like, because you're in Cali, so your exposure
Right.
to what may be TV or whatever is different.
You know, now are you talking about since this COVID deal or just
Well, no, we're gonna get to the COVID because that's a whole nother beast.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I absolutely, I think the social media platforms are very, very important. The cats that are killing on the gram. For me, the toughest thing is I don't get anything out of the likes.
Right.
I get energy from the laughs, and
Right.
it's very difficult for me. I guess once you start generating revenue, then it starts to become one of those things where you're like, okay, well, I guess I don't really need the laughs. Well, for me, it's like, man, I don't see anything. I don't get anything, you know, and it's like, that's what's kind of cool about what this is, because you could put 100 people in front of you and you can kind of almost get some of that energy through this app, you know, but
Right.
I all power and praise to all the cats out there hustling, because I've watched people in 6 months go from nothing to all of a sudden just filling content and staying on top of it, to all of a sudden now they got thousands and thousands and thousands of followers by consistency. So it's very necessary. I mean, I think I don't have an excuse. And we talked about this. I think because, you know, I'm a car guy. You need to create content across the board. And I think I try to stay in there where I put something out periodically, but I have a lot of content that I need to sit down and edit. I got great sets that need to be shown. And I think right now, more than any time, it can't really necessarily be about yourself. But the reason why you do it is because you want to make other people laugh that probably need it more than yourself.
Right.
And that needs to be my focus, instead of being selfish and saying, well, I'm not getting the laugh. And I think that's part of what our job is.
I think it's the nitty gritty of what we love. And because I'm a unicorn at this, it's like I do a lot of social media stuff, but my chops are stand up. And chops from being stand up has got me indoors where I open up my marketing and my social media stuff, and they're like, yo, how do you do all that? I want to ask you this. With dealing with COVID now and where it is now, where do you think comedy is going to come out on the other end? Like, do you think we're going to get back to just stand? Like, I know there's a timeline where we're going to be dealing with people dealing with crowds, but do you think all this social media and the internet and the live, internet Zoom shows and all this, are this going to change what happens in the clubs and around the country?
You know, honestly, I feel like if we get back to where we can have the crowds, I think people are going to appreciate it just as much as we do, the intimacy of being able to be in a room where you're not locked into this 3.5-inch screen. Like, I think it's going to be you know, it may be an age demographic where you have some people that may be a little bit older that are more conservative about being out now. That may change a little bit. But I think it's just going to be like, oh my God, like if I could just go sit in a comedy club with 300 people and laugh again.
Like they never thought they would be able to do this again.
Yeah. And you can't, in the instance, you think about all the things you take for granted. Like, I never thought I would have to be standing in line 6 feet away from another person waiting to go into a Walmart to get some toilet paper that ain't even there. And they know I'm in line and they gonna let me go in. Why don't they just come out and say, hey, look, there ain't no toilet paper. If you out here, you know you're here, go take your ass home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's so crazy. Like, I never thought that there would be an issue to have to go and do something as simple as get some toilet paper. You know what I mean?
What is the craziest thing that you're saying now that you never thought you'd have to say? Like,
absolutely.
Like, what is the craziest thing you're saying now? Like, I can't believe I said that. Like,
oh, babe, put your mask on. We got to get out of the car. Or, oh shit, I didn't put the damn hand sanitizer on before I start touching your pussy. Shit like that, you know?
wife said, I don't know why that she came in.
You can't, but little FYI, you can't do it wet because that'll burn the pussy up.
She came in and she was like, I'm like, usually I'm all about some affection. Yeah, come on. I'm like, you gonna take a shower. Now
you gotta get that COVID dust off you right now. I don't know what Charles and Melissa got at your office.
Right. Usually I don't even care. Usually I'm like, you can come in. Her breath can stink. I'm just happy that she want to be bothered with me. She come in now. I'm super hoity-toity. Like, oh no,
you dirty.
You got COVID. That's a good one. You got COVID dust on you.
And my wife is serious with it. Like, we're not over the top, but we are pretty militant about making sure that when we go through those little moments and we go in, we come out, we cleanse, and it almost makes you feel like, ugh. Like, that's the part that's cold-blooded, is like, we won't even touch no food until we fully clean. Like, we got to find something to sterilize, My
wife does surgery. So
wow.
We have a process.
Congrats for that.
I'm old. I used to be an orthopedic, so when I take gloves off, mask,
right.
All this stuff. So we have a little line in these boxes. So when you come in a house, your clothes go in this bag, groceries go in this, get sprayed down. We leave the stuff,
right.
we take a shower, come back. But what I'm dealing with now, what I don't like is my kids, man. I don't really like to see them as much as I've been seeing them. And this is what's driving me crazy. Like, I love them. Oh, the love is here, but there's no break. It's like it's like, man, if I haven't said close my refrigerator at least 30 times today, it's something else. And now my son is lifting weights, so he's getting,
he's bowing up.
13. So it's like, now I gotta walk around. I hate to say this, but I gotta walk around with like my machete, just stuff to be like, yo, you're gonna lose your life. Now,
right.
Just stop. Just sit down somewhere. And he's just like, and then he found out the other day that he automatically made it to the 8th grade. So now this dumbass don't even want to do none of the work. I'm like, it ain't official. Like, but let me.
Bro, listen. I don't got boys, but I know you. It's a whole nother ball game, bro. And I can't even. I know how I was as a young man, so I kind of feel for you. I know it's got to be rough,
And then look, we can't keep like, it's like I told him, I was like, hey dog, I hope like you ain't messing with your body with this expensive lotion. I think you need to go and get this Vaseline.
You better get to the 99 cent store and get that Jergens.
Yo, I got a bag of these little hotel lotion. You can use those. But don't.
And they got the Jergens with the cinnamon spice hummus, the shit that don't nobody want at the 99 cent store.
Use all that. But don't use this Nivea, this Aquaphor. It's for your eczema.
Oh yeah.
That's $13.
Can't you put Aquaphor on the jump?
Dude, that's $20 a jerk. I can't. That's expensive.
That's hilarious.
Tell us, explain, and I know this was dope. Tell me about your dry bar experience. Congratulations. Dope.
Thank you, man.
Tell me about that experience, man.
It was crazy because being in this career that I had, it's got me in a lot of different parts of the country, man. And Salt Lake City was one of them stops. And I met a dude named Keith Stubbs, great guy, club owner of the Wise Guys out there, and a stand-up comic himself. And man, he kind of welcomed me into that area and that comedy scene, along with a lot of other great comics, man. And I learned at that point to really start trying to work cleaner because, the audience, I won't say they were all Mormon, but a lot of them were from a Mormon background, and they just were kind of, you know what I mean? You could tell like it was, especially when I first got there, but it was actually preparing me to become a better comic because I wasn't foul, but I definitely didn't have any restraint for content. Like I would just say what I wanted to say, and but got a relationship with him, won the Rocky Mountain Laugh-Off, ended up leaving Salt Lake City as I really started to get some turbulence, but we still kept in contact. I still play his clubs. And he reached out to me. He's like, Key, hey, look, I got this taping. It's about 2 weeks out. You want to do it? It's for this dry bar thing. I need 40 minutes of 100% clean, no misogynistic, no suggestive sexual content, no nothing. I was like, ooh, shit.
Right.
Because the week before that, I was actually recording an album that I wasn't going to cut anything out of. So I didn't have a lot of time to try to collectively fix this shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was tough. It slowed me down. But the opportunity was dope, man, because I challenged myself when I probably had doubt, and I just went and did it.
Right.
Is it what I would have wanted? In some aspects, I would have wished that I could have made some things a little bit better. But when are we ever ready for anything we do? You just got to fucking throw caution to the wind and make it happen. You know,
no choice.
So,
either you do it or shut up.
Right.
Okay, so look, man, it's been amazing. It's dope. Good to see you, dude. I asked every comedian is give me your 5 favorite football players. Since you got your Chiefs hat on, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, and all my whoever sees this that knows, and this is the irony right now. This is the hardest part for people to absorb. They beat the Niners. I'm a Niners fan. My old boss sent me this hat. Yeah, I know that's cold. Everybody mad. But if anything, it's gonna rile some people up. I might get some new friends and shit, or I might lose some people today. but at the end of the day, it was a great game, and they are the champions, so we got to give them a little homage. Them boys play their ass.
That's right. I'm a Kansas City. I like the city, the football team. I was like, because I'm from New England, so I was biased. But we're going through our tears right now because I don't know what we're gonna do. But for your 5 favorite football players,
top 5, Jerry Rice, Prime Time. Joe Montana for the quarterback, bro. Like, let me see. Oh, running back for Detroit Lions, the beast of all time. Shit. The running back for the Lions.
Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders. That's 4. And then number 5. I might piss somebody off if I don't. Let me see, man.
That's why I picked the ones I know it'd be pressure.
Yeah, because
I could have did food. You would have been like, but I'm like, no.
Singletary.
John Singletary.
Hey, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's the big man, right? Yeah. So
I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. John.
Yeah. There's something about that dude, man. He was a beast to me. So.
Yeah, he was. I like anybody that people were scared of and they never really said anything.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, John Singletary. And they'd be like,
yeah. That's an eye-opener right there.
Yeah. Yep. So, dude, tell me this, man. Where can they find? I see keylewis.com, but what are you working on? Where can they find you?
At Key Lewis is funny, man. We got that going. Obviously, on all the social media platforms, it's all at Key Lewis. So that's pretty easy, whether it's Twitter or my Facebook, whatever. And then, of course, my website, keylewis.com. Hey, I tell people to reach out too, man. You'd be surprised. Like, there's opportunities for shows. And if you're traveling somewhere, the more people you're in contact with, the more opportunities you have to see things or hear about things. I really want to do things too, man, where we share each other's content. I try to share people's posts. I try to share and like things that people are doing. We kind of always got this one man, one mic mentality, and we really got to do a better job of really putting everybody out there. Because if it's not your time to win, it don't matter if you put yourself on and you don't put nobody else on. It's not your time.
You never know who's going to see what at what time and need.
That's right.
So that's what this is. The Hot 5 is a lot of people are doing comedian. Like the lives are crazy. Everybody's interviewing and talking, doing lives. But my process was, what content are you keeping? And everybody can do a live and get a bunch of likes and views. But at the end of all this, when you go to your YouTube and you box up some content and I'm standing in front of somebody that's a producer and they're like, what do you have? I can say Joe Dealer's Hot 5 Key Lewis. And don't know where your career is going. So they be like, wait a minute, you got an interview with Key Lewis? Yeah, I got an interview with Key Lewis during
and it's raw, bro. I love it. I've seen all of them that you produced, bro, and it's dope. It's very refreshing too, man, because you're not making it about yourself. You're making it about the comics, and you're such a likable person, man. Like, you know, it makes it real easy, man. I'm looking forward to coming to Atlanta.
I really try to be a good dude, man, because look, I got a kid named after me. and I don't want people I don't want people punching my kid in the face.
Yeah. Hey, I still got that 30-second porno you did back in '87 though. That quickie you did.
Nobody believes that because everybody knows I have asthma.
It was quick. It was about 33 seconds, 42 pumps.
That's
quick though.
You said how many pumps? That's too long.
They called you Jack Rabbit Hansen.
Hey, I went in shaking the pump. They were
That's hilarious.
They were like, we got the light set up. I'm like, I'm done.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, man. But no, the Into, man, like the album, you can get on iTunes. Key Lewis, half black, half white, looks Mexican. Of course, it's special and stuff. And I got what I did, man, was since I did the dry bar stuff, Hank, a lot of people was like, look, we love that you did the clean shit, but can we get something that's, so I dedicated something.
And you know, I'm gonna leave you on this. Which is what I've heard so much is dry bar is a level, but some people, there's a balance of people wanting both. They may love you clean, and the clean has its pocket, but a lot of people love the other content. And never ever really understood it because I thought once you go clean, but then you're just like, you're there. Right. Just like they would say, some comedians say, okay, I'm a Christian comedian, and they don't want to be labeled a Christian comedian. They want to be labeled just a clean comedian. And because once you say Christian, they're like, well, we don't want no Christian comedians, just because they heard it, not because you came and did a set, because they and they don't know we all cut our chops somewhere blue. That's right. That's right. So you have no choice. You were in a church and you were blue. You were like, you know what I mean? You were jumping back and forth. Then you went to blue and you were like, let me go back to the church. It's all in that pocket where you were somewhere cussing at one point and like. Exactly. Or you're like cussing and you're like, yeah, this is what I do. So look. It's crazy, bro, because when you go to the shows and people come that are from the dry bar and they see you talking shit, they're like, oh. Yeah. Right. So I'm sure I've dropped a couple fans thinking that I was like this. I'm sure he has COVID dust on him. Yes, that's right. That language is not good. Clearly. So look, man, leave me with this. Let me ask you this. What do people not know about comedians that they need to know? I think it's easy to talk about the pain that comes from a lot of comedians, man, but know that when you come and you sit down in that audience, how important it is to us that you're there. It ain't about self-esteem for me. It's not about me, sitting here if I don't see people, it's going to be horrible because I love to get up, but you have no idea how important it is that you support live comedy. Like we need it, man. Like it becomes a part of us. I don't know how you were, bro, but like the first 2 weeks, it was rough. Like I was all, what's wrong with me? Like I couldn't even figure out why I was like, shitty. I was laying in the shower in my clothes crying. Oh, damn. That's a lot. No, you might want to get some therapy. I got to the point where I had to plug into the house. I had to plug into what was going on here because this is a lot to swallow. Like, not leaving out. Everybody got to put a mask on. Wife does surgery. My daughter's walking in and out. Had to let her know, like, yo, you can't do that. And you got to go through this process with us. And she was in there. It's for own people. I'm like, well, look, fam. You go out of here, you get it. You can't come back in here because you're going to have us all messed up and move around and do what we need to do. And we can't. We get sick and die. It's just you and your brother. Yeah. So we ain't trying to die. So, you know what I mean? So that right there was the key part. But once I got that under wraps and understood what it was, then I plugged into a schedule and I started cranking out this content. So I got you. Yeah. I got you. But look, man, I appreciate you, dude. This is Joke Dealers Inc. Hot 5. This is Key Lewis, man. If you don't know
Yo.
this guy, Google this dude and go see him in your local city near you. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, bro, all love, man. Hey, keep doing what you're doing, man. Pay them teachers a little bit more money, too. They need it. You know what I mean? Especially right now, because I know my little badass daughter, I wish she could take her ass back to school forever. Because I'm dumb as shit. I can't even help her with her goddamn homework.
I'm tired.
You know what I mean?
I'm tired of feeling like I'm not smarter than a 7th grader. I'm tired.